My next guest is back in action coming up here on August 8th. He's taking on a Canadian, a guy in my neck of the woods, Gavin Tucker. It is Justin Jaynes joining me here on the program. Justin, how's it going?
Hey, man, going real good. Just enjoying this Vegas heat out here. It's about 125 degrees. It fucking sucks. But we're out here enjoying the weather. What's going on with you guys?
Nothing much. We got some great weather, but not that type of Vegas heat. But I'm sure that'll help out with the weight cut and everything like that. Let's start first with the matchup itself. How did this come together? Because I know, obviously your last fight you competed at lightweight.
It just opportunity knocks, and I'm going to answer the door. When the UFC calls, I'm their Huckleberry, man. I step up. I don't care if it's at 145, 155, 170. I said it before. I'll say it again. I fight anybody at any weight, anytime, anywhere in the world. What
is the ideal weight class for you? Because that's one of the things I was looking up in your record. I've seen you've had a bunch of catch weights. You fought at welterweight. We don't see that too often. You're kind of a rare breed.
Yeah, man. I just really enjoy competing, man. And I'm an average size to a smaller lightweight fighter. I think I'll be a big featherweight fighter. I feel really comfortable at lightweight. My gas tanks always feel good. My power feels good. So this is going to be a good test. Gavin being so fast and agile. It's going to be a good test at featherweight, man. I'm just going to see how I feel and try and knock this kid out.
We obviously got to talk about your last fight. 41 seconds is all it took to get the finish in that one against Frank Camacho on short notice. Where did that rank in terms of life moments? Because you've had some big wins, but to get one in the UFC like that must have been pretty cool.
It's by far the best moment of my entire life. Nothing can compare to it out of anything, whether it's financial, emotional, career-wise. There's nothing in my whole life that could ever compare to that moment. Frank is a veteran of the sport. That was his 7th UFC fight, my first. Jason called me again on Wednesday. Can you make weight? Like I said, I show up, I blow up, and had a good game plan. I probably had the same game plan hit him as he did, and, hit him harder than he hit me, and I just happened to land first.
How many people messaged you after the fight saying they won money on your fight? Because you were an underdog heading into that one, if I'm not mistaken.
I was a huge underdog. When I was looking in line, being in Vegas, I'm a gambling man, and I think I was like plus 300. I think one of my buddies got me a plus 350, which is a great line. And I know a lot of people want a lot of money, and I sent my Cash app and Venmo account out to a lot of people, and they never sent me anything back, sons of bitches. But whatever.
Well, your friends should buy you dinner. That's the rule. If they bet on you and you win, you did your end of the bargain. They got to get you like a steak dinner or something. Of course, after the fight, because you're making 145.
Of course. Yeah, right now, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like all these people want all this money. Oh, man, I won 2,000, 3,000. It's like, all right, well, send me $20, bro. Come on, show some love.
But you did get the $50K. That was awesome. And I mean, what a way to, make your debut and make that extra cash. You don't strike me as a guy who's going to spend it in one place, but what's the plan with the $50K?
Right now, I'm just going to sit on it, man. I'm going to look into some real estate, maybe looking to invest in some stocks, man. I actually, since the fight, I have not bought really one thing that's overly expensive, that I've splurged on. I live a very simple life, man. I like to hunt. I like to fish. I have everything I need, for that stuff. So I just save my money, and hopefully when a new gun comes out, I'll have enough money to buy it, or if I want to go on a trip, on a hunting trip or a fishing trip, I'll have the money for that. But until those times come around, everyone's like, oh, don't go buy a new car. I have no interest in doing that. I have a great truck that I like to drive around. It's 2007, and I'll ride till the wheels fall off, man. I'm very frugal in my spendings, especially with that money, because it's the first time I've ever actually had money in my life. I cleared my debts, and the rest is going to make me money in the long run.
Let's talk about Gavin Tucker, 11-1 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I tell you what, it's over the last 2 weeks, we've been talking about getting scrapping with Gavin for the last 2 weeks, man. I like the matchup. It's an exciting matchup. It's finally I get to fight somebody that's shorter than me, which, and I'm sure he has the same problem. We just never compete with somebody that has our reach. He's a 66. I have a 67. He's 5'6". I'm 5'7". Like, and it's, if you take the attributes and put them aside, it's like he's a speed fighter, man. He's fast. He's agile. His angles are crisp. And I'm the opposite. I'm a power fighter. I want to walk forward and walk people down. So, it makes for a good matchup. This could be a fight of the night. I don't think he's going to wrestle. I feel our wrestling and our grappling is probably about the same. He's definitely not better than me in that aspect. But I will give him credit. He is faster than me. But my size, I'm a lot bigger than him. I shouldn't say I'm a lot bigger, but I am bigger than him, and I'm stronger than him. So we'll see how it goes, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, I'm obsessed with Gavin Tucker right now. I talk about him when I wake up. I dream about him when I'm asleep. I'm watching video of him during the day. when I'm with my coaches, we're talking about it. My girlfriend's even a little jealous because that's all I talk about.
And you get a full camp for this one, which is great too. I mean, it's close to a full camp as you can get as far as your last fight and this fight, right?
4 weeks is a lot better than 4 days or something. But, I would like, honestly, to, for featherweight, I'm going to make the weight, but, I would have liked a little bit more time, 5 or 6 weeks. I asked for an extension. They said no. So I just said, bet. We're going to show up and blow up.
Was there ever any talk of like a catch weight? I know they've done that. They did that last week with Grant Dawson and Narimani.
There wasn't, and I didn't want them to look. I didn't want them to overthink that. If he's looking for a catch weight, he's already planning on missing weight. So I just took it the way it is. I didn't ask for a catch weight. I asked for an extension. I asked for a 2-week or a 1-week extension. I got denied. So I'm just going to take it how it is, and I'm going to get it done.
How is it going now, the weight cut? I mean, you're in a good mood, but we're not really that close to fight time, not yet. But everything going great?
Yeah, so far so good. My coaches are keeping me honest, and like I said, I have Kara Rowe. She's out here right now training with TJ and myself, and she's keeping me honest right now. And I have a great coaching staff, and I have a great support system that all these people are believing in me. So it's not like when I get in the sauna in 2 weeks, it's not just me in the sauna. It's all these people that believed in me and that are going to keep me motivated to get down to weight. So I'm walking around like at 65 right now, 66. And like I said, in 2 weeks, I'll be down to 145, and it's just going to be another day in the office, man. Cutting weight sucks for everybody. It's going to suck for him. I don't care if I'm cutting 5 pounds. I'm such a pussy when it comes to cutting weight. Like, I just don't like to do it. I mean, some people, I'm not going to say anybody likes to do it, but I really don't like to do it. Like, some people don't mind it. I fucking hate it. So I'm just going to get it done. I got all these people depending on me. I have my bosses depending on me to make weight. I'm a professional, so I'm going to make weight. I'm going to knock Gavin Tucker out.
Now, are you working with a PI at all to get down with the weight, or is this something you're doing on your own? Do you have like a meal prep? Like, how are you going about it?
Yeah, so the PI is like going with all this COVID stuff right now. You can't just walk in anymore like you could before.
Got to book an appointment, yeah.
Yeah, book an appointment. I called him last week, and I wasn't able to book my appointment until Thursday, as in 2 days. So these last 2 weeks, I just been doing it on my own. I have a great nutritionist and strength and conditioning coach, Andrew Jacoby, who's been staying on me about my diet. Sending me the right supplements, the NSF certified supplements, so we don't get, the dirty shit. Just being mentally tough and, eating a lot less than I want to eat, but it is what it is, man. So I'm excited when I get my appointment on Thursday. We're going to get in there, do some meal prep, and I think it'll be a lot easier once those meals are made out for me.
And you mentioned training camp a little bit there. You referenced TJ, as in TJ Laramie, who's going to be on the Contender Series coming up here pretty soon. Who else are you getting to train with over there? I know Extreme Couture is kind of a big gym, but do you have sort of some main training partners over there?
Yeah, right now I'm being particular about my training partners because my gas tank, with this diet and the weight cuts, it's as you can imagine, it's been pretty bad. So I'm not trying to go into training and get my head tore off, every session. So right now my main training partners are my coaches, honestly, and I trust them the most because if I get hurt, they don't get paid. So that's kind of, Dennis Davis. I'm sparring with Dennis Davis, Roman Isbell. He's a southpaw. Brian Caraway, one of my really good training partners. For this, and then TJ. I've been rolling with TJ, Noad, Israeli fighter, former UFC guy, black belt. And then TJ has a guy from Canada as well named Max. I don't know Max
Hansen or something. His name. You just told me about him. Some jiu-jitsu guy.
Fucking stud, man.
Yeah.
Wow. I was like, all right, because he's a little bit smaller than me. He probably is a 45er naturally, maybe a 55er naturally. And, man, I was like, all right, I'm going to get a break round going with this smaller guy. Next thing I know, I'm twisted up in a spider web, and I don't even know what the fuck's going on, trying to catch my wind. And it's just been a great training camp. I have a great crew, great core of guys that I get trained with. TJ, I cannot believe this guy's 22 years old. Like, this guy is a phenom right now. He's going to walk through his Dana White Contender Series with ease, man. This guy, like I said, you can't get him tired, and he's powerful, and he's relentless, and I'm glad I get to have him a part of my training camp.
That's awesome. And I've been saying this for years about TJ. I was live at his fight when he beat Charles Jourdain, him who fights at featherweight. He beat him back in 2017, like a complete dominant 5-round fight. And I know TJ had some setbacks in between there, but it's just crazy because Charles obviously is doing quite well in the UFC and TJ's, on Contender Series. But it's good to hear that, from everyone I've talked to, even Coach Eric Nixick is just like, this kid's unbelievable. So obviously big things ahead coming up there on, I think it's August 11th is his Contender Series fight. But let's get back to you though. Your corner situation, who's going to be in the cage with you that night on August 8th?
I have Dennis Davis. He's been my head coach since 2009, 2010. Roman Isbell, who I just started working with 2 or 3 years ago. a younger guy, hungrier guy, to keep me adamant in the gym, holding mitts, wrestling, making sure I'm there, showing up on time. And then Mike Conflitti, an old wrestling coach back, actually got me into Extreme Couture, trained in Extreme Couture for a couple of years out of Michigan. He'll be flying out to corner me for that fight as well.
You mentioned a knockout. When are we going to see this knockout in this fight? How do you see the fight unfolding?
Man, I don't like to predict, fights or how it goes. I'm just terrible at it, man. I just show up and fight, man. Obviously my goal is to get in and get out as fast as I can, take as less damage as I can. But it's a fight, that's his goal as well too. So, I think the longer this fight goes, the better for me, because I know the first round he's going to come out and he has the fast feet, and he's probably going to try and take me down. And I'm just going to stay in his face and try and knock his head off, man. And like I said, I feel the longer the fight goes, the better it is for me, because he has such fast feet, and he only has so much energy for so long. So I'm a consistent pace, man. I'm not gonna explode early and waste all my energy. I have plenty of energy for 3 rounds, and I'd like to see it finish within 2.
Not looking past August 8th, but you sort of talked about it there. I guess, going forward, lightweight's sort of where you feel like you're at your best, or is it, I guess you'll see how this fight goes and sort of reassess what weight class is the right one for you going forward.
Yeah, for sure, man. I love fighting in lightweight. Just the guys are so fucking big, and I'm powerful enough and I'm strong enough to compete. There's no doubt about that. I show it time and time again. I fought at 170. I fought at 185. Yeah, I have 2 fights as a pro at 185. So it's, I don't know. We're going to see how I feel after this fight, reevaluate. Shit, I wouldn't mind getting in 2 more fights by the end of the year.
Love it. You talked about hunting and all that stuff. Have you ever been up to Canada to do any hunting before?
Dude, I never have. I've always wanted to. I know there's some monster bucks up there, and there's moose, and man, that'd be like a dream come true. Actually, my dream hunt, it's not necessarily Canada, but right north of Canada, going to Alaska and doing a big grizzly bear hunt with my bow and arrow is like my dream hunt. But if you know anybody in Canada, shoot them my number, because I'll fly out there quick. Got my passport. I'm ready to kill stuff.
Justin, can't wait for this fight, man. August 8th, Gavin Tucker, yourself, UFC Fight Night. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours, man.
Hey, man, I just want to give a shout out to all my coaches and my family and all my supporters that, have always believed in me, and they're counting on me to make weight and counting on me to put a show. And that's my fuel. That's my motivation. So just shout out to everybody there. And that's all I got to say about that.